Well, hello YouTube. Objective in this tutorial will be to get number of characters inside a string, inside a word actually. We will not use any additional functionality like headers here and stuff, just primary stdio.h because we need to see stuff on the screen. So yeah, let's establish basic stuff. Character sum string up till, let's say, 100 characters. That's pretty much enough for a word, because here we are targeting word actually, in a sense. Right, so that's the starting point, and then of course we're gonna have integer x inside a for loop. Let's grab stuff from end user. Let's inform him to be like enter some string, and we will go to next line, and with a well-known scanf function we're gonna grab string stuff and put it into some string. Okay, so you cannot use here C because we are working with the array of elements here, so S must be used and not C. Right, and now for loop. So for loop starting point for x can be 0 because that's logical. And then how to get to that top level? Well, we will say some string that specific x in a moment of time must not be equal to this thing, and this thing is end of string in a pure C. So every string in C do have this at the end. So we are searching for all those x's and printing them on a screen like amount of those x's line by line until we reach final thing, and final thing in a string in a C is /0. Okay, and we must not skip any character, so x++. And now here we can just say very basic stuff like at the moment. This piece of code will roll for every character. It will print length for every detected character. Okay, there are shorter solutions, but also this is like a pure solution. Now let's test what's gonna happen. And I forget the D here, placeholder. So let's connect that with X, and now we will have a sample, input sample, to see if everything is fine and do we need to check for something else. So let's say test, and result will be 3, but we are going from 0. So basically this is 4. So you can remember that mentally, or you can have like some kind of hack, like here you can say x+1, and then final thing at the end of operation will be that, well, final number of elements. So if you say test, then we will end up into 4. Now this is just one hack, let's say, but there is a better solution. So what we need to change here is this. Okay, we're gonna put semicolon here and remove this thing. Okay, and then also this closing bracket, and now let's see what's gonna be. Okay, like again we are going to say test, and now we just have one line, one final line. So we can write our for loop in a different ways. It depends, do you have top level here like a normal for loop, or you have this like a advanced checking inside a for loop? If you have this option, then maybe it's confusing, but it will work. You can also say length, like a total length. So see, with this option, when you have a semicolon here and semicolon here, you don't see intermediary lines, you just see final result. Maybe this will be useful for you, and then there is no need to say x+1 here. So let me confirm that one more time. Okay, no brackets, just the semicolons. Let me check that for test, and total length is a 4. Let's test that with test, and total length is 8. So it depends what you like more. So this is one option how to solve stuff, and I'm gonna put it into comment section, but before that I'm gonna return to like our previous operation. Just a second, maybe you like that better. Anyway guys, this will work. Okay, this piece of code will work, but also this piece of code will work inside these comments here. Okay, let me test this one more time. Test, test, and there you go. 9. Why 9? Because I did here x plus 1. And I didn't delete this semicolon. So there are slight differences. I mean, important differences, but you need to pay attention what are you typing. So test, test. There you go. Final stuff, length at the moment is 8. Use whatever you like. These are just different ways of handling same stuff. Maybe this is more elegant, I confess, but also if you are kind of confused with these semicolons and top level check here or end of string check, then I mean use whatever you like. It's up to you. It is just important to know that if you ever find yourselves into similar situation, just somewhere on top of your mind there will be that thought that you can solve this in multiple ways, and then you can just search for on internet for samples. And you know that the general knowledge of how to handle stuff, that approach is just much more important than knowing how to do stuff in a code like immediately, because you know not every day is the same day. Sometimes you are tired and sometimes you need a quick solution without too much thing. Right, thank you for watching, and see you next one. Ciao ciao.